Hello everybody and welcome to the Nanmu Giganotosaurus 2021 review. Of course this isn't 2021, it's 2022, so this is definitely a late review, but I just want to get some, as I said in my first review, I just want to get some reviews of the models I already own out the way, just so I can, practice at this, and any feedback would be highly appreciated for that. So I can review and improve. So I can improve my reviewing skills. That's it, or my video quality, or anything like that. Anyway, to the matter at hand. This is an amazing model. Just as a model itself is just amazing in quality. There's so much detail, so much scale detail. There's every little wrinkle and muscle tensing and everything is all packed into this model. So let's start with the head at first. I've got it zoomed out, but let's zoom in a bit just to look at the head here. So as you can see, it's got a nice kind of bony structure above its head here, and then just above the eyes we could have this little bony structure here, which is nice, and it kind of, and this little one here just kind of goes into the skull right here, feeds into the skull around the eye right there. Very nice. A little bit shrink wrapped, I must say. A little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not the most paleo accurate model, I would have to say, and I'll elaborate more on that in a bit. But just looking at the head sculpt here, we could see it's got a really nice green eye with sort of it's got a purple layer, a lighter purple layer, and then a black pupil to it. So it's got about 4 colours in that tiny eye there. So just massive details in there already. Just with that little, just packed into that little eye. And as you can see, some really amazing fine scales here on the head of the dinosaur here. Really much smaller ones in front of the eye. Even here, as you could see, just behind the eye we have some really nice fine scales. And the same goes for just underneath here. Some really nice, really nice scale detail. And along with that, the paint goes really well with the kind of, I'm not sure what you call it, it's kind of a light grey colour. It really, the orange really fades in nicely to it. I really like that. And of course you got these stripes here, which are a nice little touch. I think it just all goes together so well. Nanmu's models are of incredible quality, I must say. Just a really nice head sculpt. And these teeth, trademark of Nanmu. Reebok use them nowadays as well, but Nanmu does it really well with their models. And they have really nice kind of translucent teeth, make it look really realistic. Got an articulated jaw and a really kind of wet look to the gums of the dinosaur. And as you can see inside, we've got a nice realistic looking tongue, a nice big one, nice thick and big one, like fit for a large creature such as this. Yeah, it's really nice head sculpt to look at and admire. But now I want to look at the other side of the head. So if I can just, if I can at least, I don't know if I have room here, but I don't quite have it. I can move the camera around. Here we have pretty much the same story. Really nice paint, amazing scale detail. It's just the same, really, to be honest with you. There's not much difference there. You can see, of course, that the neck is more stretched than the other side. It's because of the Giganotosaurus in this, well, with this particular model. is facing to its left. So this part of the neck here, you could see is a little bit more creased. You could see the really nice skin creasing along here. And you see the wrinkles, of course, and the skin flaps, of course, the massive skin flap here. So yeah, it's got a really nice thick neck as well, which I find quite, I don't know, it just adds to the intimidating nature of the figure, really, to be honest. It's nice. It just looks like a really nasty predator, a really thick, bulky predator. Now, moving on to the body, I will zoom out a bit for this. So, nice thick body, of course. Lots and lots of details on the scales here, as you can see. Lots of really nice scale detail. Even some you could even perceive as kind of scars almost. I don't know. There's kind of like a break in the scales here. But yeah, just tons and tons of detail in the scales. Lots of variation. They all fit together. It just looks really realistic, I think. And I don't know what it is about Nanmu's models, but it's just the way it's painted and everything. I mean, who would think to just put? I certainly wouldn't, to put like a kind of darker shade here, and it kind of fades so nicely into the torso of the dinosaur here. And you got like a lighter paint as it's the same grey as on the head sculpt here, kind of towards the belly, and up here towards the top of the left leg. It's just an amazing sculpt. So then you got some nice bulky arms here, really muscly arms, some thicker, larger osteoderms or osteoderms / scales here, running down. There's not much scale detail here, but it's kind of more skin. Focuses more on the skin here towards as we go lower down the arm. Some nice long claws, long sharp claws here as well. So that's really nice. You prod them a bit, you can really feel how sharp they are. Now, I do want to take a look at the back, because I wanted to talk about the paleo accuracy. Now, it is rather crocodilian. Some other review sites have said this as well. It's quite speculative. But I think in terms of the overall look of the figure, when you just view it head on, it's not really something that stands out as a really terrible feature at all. I think it's good. It's not okay. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's just good. It's a really nice kind of risk that Nanmu took, because I think it looks quite good. And with the paint, of course, you have the alternating patterns of the lighter orange and the browns, of course, and that follows down to where the legs are as well. You got some osteoderms as well, so about four or five rows of osteoderms going all the way down, kind of fading at the tail sculpt here. And let's talk about the legs for a bit as well. I mean, huge, bulky legs here. And you got that huge calf, which really stands out. It's tensing as a dinosaur's flexing it to, because it's obviously in a walking pose. And you've got some really nice feet, a really nice feet sculpt here. The claws look really good, really realistic, really lifelike. You can see that it's got kind of, it's kind of got two kind of colours on it. It's got black and a grey, and a really nice shiny sheen on it, which is really nice. And obviously, just like the claws on the hands, it's got a really nice sharpness to it. Oops. Camera drops there. But yeah, so that is that side of the leg and the torso, and obviously showed you the back. But excuse me, camera's falling over the place. I'm going to just adjust the tripod. There we go. So yes, let me just show you what it's like knocking everything over today. So as you can see, it's got kind of, it's a bit more stretched, as you could see, on this part of the dinosaur. A little bit more stretched, the skin, and you can see some larger osteoderms, and then some smaller scales, and you can see the muscles and everything. The muscle definition is equally good on the leg here. Just a slightly more stretched look, as you can see, because it's turning to the left side there. I want to talk finally about well, I suppose you could say the proportions. Now, before I bought this figure, I was looking at a lot of different reviews, and I do think it's now that I think about it, well, it is a little weird. The proportions are ever so slightly off, but it's not really much to take note of. Nothing too severe at all, really. The head is slightly too big, really, I'd say. People will say that the neck is too big, the tail, and also that the tail is too short. But I mean, it's a good Giga, I would say. A really good Giga model. Overall, it's well worth the price. It's about $53.99 from Everything Dinosaur. And I honestly cannot recommend it enough if you're a Giganotosaurus fan. So don't take too much don't think too much about the proportions if you're not really someone who is a dinosaur purist. If you just love dinosaurs and want to celebrate the interest and with the community, but support Nanmu by purchasing their Giganotosaurus. It's an amazing model, and they deserve lots of praise for what they do. And I think next time I'll review the Nanmu Once and Future King T-Rex, the green variant, because that's the one that I purchased with the base, of course, because you just can't miss out the base. It's an amazing base. So that one I will probably be reviewing next. I do have many other figures to review, but for now I'll leave you with this one. Amazing model. Would 100% recommend the Nanmu Giganotosaurus.